Hey folks, it's a man once again. And wrapped up, if you're wondering why I even saw this film, I got a message, very nice message out of the blue from someone asking me to see the film, and they sent me money via PayPal to do it, which was a really kind gesture. So I didn't have time to see it on the weekend, but and how people are like, oh, you don't like this, don't support it. Well, by the time I got around to watch it, the fucking movie made like $80 million on the weekend. So it doesn't fucking matter what I do. And hey, someone was paying for it and wanted to get out of the house. Away from, take my mind off work and everything. In this movie, I guess the best way to describe it, spoilers, starting right off the bat. Spoilers, you've been warned. This should be called Halloween's Greatest Hits. That's really what it should be called. It's exactly what I thought it'd be. Not exactly, but like 90% of what I thought it would be. It shows that you can't do anything more with Michael Myers. You can't do anything more with Halloween. And I wonder, maybe that's why I'm more of a Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Because Friday the 13th is more fun, popcorn, what crazy shit's going to happen. Elm Street more with the Dream World and Robert Englund. And Halloween, I enjoyed the original. Halloween 2 from 1981 is my favorite. Halloween 3 I think is underrated. Halloween 4 I enjoy. I fucking hate 5. I hate 6. Both cuts. H2O I enjoy. And I would rather watch that than this. Yes, I said it. Resurrection, I hate the opening of that. Rob Zombie's Halloween 1 and 2 are pieces of garbage. And really, with this movie, I think for a lot of people, all it needed to be was better than Rob Zombie's movies. And it's that. I'll give you credit. People say I'm not fair and I hate everything. Although I did like Searching with John Cho this year. That's my favorite film so far. I did enjoy Deadpool 2 more than the first one. I did enjoy the new Mission Impossible movie. I think it's one of the best ones. So, and for this movie, it's not one of the worst films of the year because we had a shitty new Predator movie that's way worse than this. We had a shitty Escape Plan 2 with Sylvester Stallone that's way worse than this. I'll give you a couple notes. I'll say are positive. Again, spoilers, starting right now. Number 1, Jamie Lee Curtis's acting. I did not mind her acting. Now I have problems with the way her character was written, but her acting, not the problem. Number 2, Jamie Lee Curtis's character doesn't die. I was actually surprised. I give you credit, movie. Number 3, there's a scene where Michael Myers kills a little kid. Like, breaks his neck. Didn't see that coming? Okay, give you credit for that movie. Will Patton, he didn't have much to do, unfortunately, but I like him as an actor. He's been in Armageddon, and he was in this film called The Puppet Masters with Donald Sutherland. You look up, you've seen him in other movies, but I like Will Patton. He's here as sheriff or deputy, I think sheriff. It's pretty much... Oh, and there's one shot that's a little bit of a tracking shot where he kills about 2 people. Decent looking shot. And the Michael Myers mask, I didn't mind the look of it. I think it's one of the better looks since, I don't know, Halloween 2 from 1981. I didn't mind the way it looked in Halloween 4. That's where all my praise ends. I mean, so what, at best, it's a mediocre movie. Is that high praise for a film that got $80 million and got the pass from critics? These are the same critics that call Halloween 2 from 1981 a piece of shit, and Halloween 4 a piece of shit, and countless horror movies that became flops, or got zero of the attention, or minuscule, not zero. Like Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. To me, there are much better movies. Hell, we watched two right here that I would rather watch than this fucking movie. Because this movie, it's much ado about nothing. That's really what it is. Was it scary? Was it creepy? No. There was cheap jump scares. Of course there was, because it's a Blumhouse movie. I say it was Halloween's greatest hits. Oh, Michael Myers is back in a fucking asylum like he was in the first movie. How did he get there from the ending of the first movie? When he disappeared? Oh, just one or two things of dialogue saying, oh yeah, I guess Will Patton's character was alive back then. Well, of course he was alive, but he was around back then, and he stopped Loomis from killing Michael Myers, and then the cops just arrested him. Which, doesn't that kind of dilute the ending of the first movie? Like, the ending of the first movie, he disappeared, and Loomis has that look, and it's like, just wait. In 5 minutes, the cops go to pick him up and arrest him. I wonder if they left his mask on, like, at the end of Halloween 5. I'm like, and when you don't, again, they don't show this, you just hear, like, one or two pieces of dialogue. I'm like, okay, he just got arrested again. After the end of the first movie. Even Halloween 2 from 1981, which this disregards that and every other movie. That one, it was more the night he came home. But here, it's just, oh, they arrested him. He survived 6 fucking shots to the chest, point blank range, which I don't think anyone ever mentions how the fuck he did that. How the fuck did he survive 6 shots, point blank range, and yet this movie is trying to tell us he's a normal guy? What, is he 50 Cent? He's 50 Cent? 50 Cent Myers? Is that what I should call him? I guess he's 50 Cent Myers. That's how he survived. 50 Cent Michael Myers. That's his new name. 50 Cent Myers. Just fucking survived gunshots and that's fine. Because he's still human, damn it. Apparently. Because that was like their big thing when the movie was being made. We want a regular guy. The guy got shot 6 fucking times. I know that can happen in real life, but they kind of don't mention that a lot. That's why it's funny, like, she's training with guns. I'm like, this guy survived 6 bullets to the chest, point blank range by Dr. Loomis. You know, there was an interview, written interview, where Jamie Lee Curtis was being interviewed, and she said something like, it made so much sense to me that it felt totally appropriate to return to this story. It's the original story in many, many, many ways, just retold 40 years later with my granddaughter. That fucking says a lot. Why do we need a retelling of that? Like, why? Obviously it worked because they made $80 million in one fucking weekend. But it's just, it shows you can't do anything more with this fucking character, with this fucking event. The asylum at the beginning. Oh, he's in the asylum and then he escapes, like in the first movie. Oh, he escapes and it's from the bus. Which I always remember that line in Halloween 4 where Dr. Doom is like, how many are in the bus? Even though it's an ambulance. Because the original script for Halloween 4 is supposed to be a prison bus. So he's like, but Donald Pleasant accidentally says, like, how many were in the bus? But it was an ambulance. Okay, but he's in a vehicle and he escapes from it. Just like he escaped from the ambulance in Halloween 4. People are driving and oh shit, there's a bunch of inmates in the middle of the road. Just like when Dr. Loomis and the girl were driving near the beginning of the first fucking movie. Oh, you have the white sheet with the eyes in them return, but it's over a dead body, not Michael Myers. There's a new psychiatrist, which Laurie even says, oh, you're the new Loomis. That's the line of dialogue. I'm like, no, this guy isn't the new Loomis. He's the new piece of shit. And this movie filled with pieces of shit. And this movie tries so it's not quite The Force Awakens, but it's almost trying to go in that direction of, do you feel the nostalgia of the first one seeding through your anus? We even got the orange lettering. And I get it, you know, sequels do that, I get it, but... And if it was a movie I liked, I wouldn't give a shit about lettering and stuff. It's just... I really felt this was trying so hard to fill those nostalgia juices going through veins of people, and that's why it made so much money. But maybe I'm just getting too old for this shit. I don't know. The beginning, these true crime podcasters, yeah, I guess they're podcasters, they, like you saw in the trailer, they go in and they taught the Michael Myers over this gigantic fucking checkerboard. I remember when I did my trailer thoughts and I got shit for people going, oh my god, this guy's complaining about the checkerboard on the ground. Wow, he's really reaching. And then I had other people going, oh, well, that's the showcase that Michael Myers is waiting. Like chess on a chessboard. He's waiting. I said checkerboard, but it's chess. It's like chess. You're waiting for the right time. And I'm like, I get it. I'm not fucking stupid, despite my appearance and voice. That's why I think he was fucking stupid, because it's like a fucking college kid coming out of fucking film school going, oh my god, how do we visualize that Michael Myers is waiting for the right moment? Let's literally have a fucking chessboard on the ground and he's on one of them. I'm like, why don't you just put a fucking neon sign saying symbolism pointing fucking downward? And the fucking podcaster says shit like, feel the mask. How about you suck my mask that's wrapped around the tip of my dick? And there's 2 holes for it. One's my pee hole, the other you can find out for yourself. Or there's 2 eyes. One's my cum, one's my piss. That's where they come out of. If it's piss, I move to the left eye. If it's cum, I move to the right eye. Feel the music, feel my ass cheeks on your face. These 2 stupid fucking podcasters. And the prisoners are going crazy. And it's like building up and building up. Say something, Michael. Say something, Michael. Holding the mask, which I guess they just let him in with the fucking mask. Michael Myers mask. Like the prisoners going crazy. It's coming up. Say something, Michael. Say something, Michael. And then dun 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 dun. I'm like, wow, abrupt much? Bunch of loud noises and prisoners going ape shit and it's feel the mask. Dun 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 dun. You know, thanks for the subtlety. Oh, I'm sorry, that wasn't in that scene. And then they do the thing, like, you know, others, there was the pumpkin, or it opens and there's a face. Here, it's a deflated pumpkin, like a dead pumpkin, I guess, like on its side, it inflates to a regular pumpkin. And I'm like, is that like a symbolism of this dead franchise being pumped up for the masses? I'm not impressed by inflating pumpkin. Is Cinderella going to come for the ball? So these 2 podcasters, after wanting Michael Myers to feel the mask, feel the heat, feel the heat. I wish Cobretti was in this movie. It would last 5 fucking minutes, and he'd shoot Michael Myers in the face. The 2 podcasters go see Laurie Strode, and like I said, Jamie Lee Curtis is not bad in the acting department. But the way they wrote the Laurie Strode character, she's not the sister anymore, which I never had a problem with the sister angle. It's a little bit of Empire Strikes Back. You know, my father's brother, that was a father, this one brother. it didn't bother me. I kind of liked it. It gave a little bit more to the story. Granted, you don't want to explain too much about Michael Myers. He should be a mystery. They try to do that shit in Halloween 6, and that's one of the many reasons why both of those cuts of those fucking movies suck. Because it's either Paul Rudd stopping with magic stones, or Donald Pleasant's character dying in a shitty off-screen scream. With direction by Joe Chappelle. I hate both of those cuts. And yeah, sadly, I would put this above Halloween 6 and 5. Because Halloween 5 had Michael Myers crying like a bitch, tears going out his face, and cops that I swear he had clown noises. And yes, I put this above Halloween 6 because you don't have magic stones and thorns. But that's not fucking saying much. It's like, thank you, sir, for not shitting on my face. You shit on the floor. But I'm still gonna be pissed that you shit on the fucking floor. Just because you didn't do it on my face doesn't mean I'm going to be happy and satisfied. And the way that Laurie Strode just being batshit, like, basket case. She's secluded, private property, she has shitload of guns, she gets sad, cries a lot, and she's obviously been traumatized. She had a daughter who she trained, but then child custody took her when she was like 12. So like the daughter doesn't speak to her mom, and the granddaughter wants to speak to her grandmother, but her mother's like, don't talk to her. And Jamie Lee Curtis looks like the crazy cat lady from the Simpsons cartoon. So I prefer the way it was done in H2O. Sue me. Because the way I liked in H2O was that she was still messed up, where she was having nightmares, and she would even, make her son, Josh Hartnett, tired of, hey, he's dead, it's done. But she was still, it was decent enough that she was still trying to have a life, but she would still have nightmares or daymares. Or she thinks she sees Michael Myers and she freaks out. And here's the thing. In H2O, Jamie Lee Curtis' character actually has an arc. At the beginning, she's scared. She gets nightmares. We need to run. By the end of the film, now she's going to fight. She's going to stay behind. She's going to face her fears. She gets the axe. Michael! And has a fun one-on-one battle with Michael Myers. Disregard Halloween Resurrection. You watch H2O again, she has an arc. Laurie Strode has no arc in this. Again, I'm surprised she didn't get killed, but it's just the way she is at the beginning of the film is the way she is at the end of the film. And people are like, oh, well, it's a Halloween film. Why should you give a shit? I'm sorry, a film that gets huge praise from critics that want to take a shit on other slasher films that I think are much better than this. Older ones like My Bloody Valentine from 1981. Newer ones like these movies, which have a likable character in Arkin, Josh Stewart's character. Critics think those are pieces of shit, but this film gets the pass. Why? Oh, Halloween. Well, they didn't give credit to Halloween 4, which I think is better than this, because I think that has better characters. Danielle Harris, Ellie Cornell, of course, Donald Pleasant's Dr. Loomis. You could almost say the series died when Loomis died, but I didn't like 5 and 6, and I like H2O, which Loomis isn't in, so. But, like, Jamie Lee Curtis is, like, the only character I could give a shit about, because I liked her. Her performance is alright. Not as good as H2O, in my opinion. I thought her performance H2O was much stronger, because, again, she had an arc to actually build up, to go from here to here. Go from afraid, not wanting to her son to go anywhere, freaked out, getting scared easily, to finally confronting her fear. Here, pretty much, she tries to warn her daughter. She doesn't want to listen. Her granddaughter kind of wants to listen, but then changes her mind. And then sees Will Patton, the sheriff. And then it's almost as if she's trying to be a little bit of Loomis too, when she's talking with, Will Patton's character. And then the finale where she's around dark corners with a gun. Has a couple little fights with Michael Myers. That's really all she does. It has some lame humor, like the Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter, not granddaughter, but daughter. She's with someone. The guy's like, "Oh, I got peanut butter on my penis." I'm like, what? Did I just hear that you got peanut butter on your penis? Then bend yourself over and suck yourself off. There's dialogue where the granddaughter is talking with her friends. Oh yeah, that sister stuff. Halloween 2. Oh, that was made up. I'm like, yeah, bag on my favorite fucking movie in the franchise, Halloween 2 from 1981. And I reviewed all the Halloween films. They're on my channel for those interested. I'm like, you cocksuckers. Laurie Strode is training, shooting guns. Myers, he's put on the bus with her inmates, and that's when Laurie Strode is sitting in her car, and she screams. Because she's a basket case. And even there's a point where the daughter says, "Now you see the neurosis she projected onto me." I'm like, wow, what a great way. I mean, wow, for 40 years, this is where Laurie Strode's at. Wow, that's even more depressing. Well, almost more depressing than her fate in Halloween 4, where she died off camera because they couldn't get her back. But she was the mom of Ellie, Danielle Harris. But like, dead guy in a gas station / truck stop, and the clothes are gone. Just like, I mean, wasn't that what happened in Halloween 4? When Loomis is like, "Michael!" And then he terrorizes someone in a bathroom, like in H2O, only he like drops some teeth and chokes the girl. The female true crime podcaster. And then the male true crime podcaster, he beats the shit out of against the wall and slams his head against the stall. And before that, a father and his boy stopped and saw these inmates on the road, and the kid got out with a gun. Just him and his dad were going hunting. He accidentally shoots someone and then gets back in the car and he gets killed. Which, I give credit for that little bit of a ballsy thing, killing a little kid. I give credit to that. Him coming back to Haddonfield just like he did in Halloween 4. A kid running to Michael just like a kid ran to Michael in the first fucking movie. He goes in and kills someone and takes the knife. Not exactly like Halloween 2. He just went in and took the knife. He didn't kill him. But him going in and taking the knife. Killing someone with a hammer. Oh, he killed someone with a hammer in Halloween 2. Again, it is decent. There's like a tracking shot where he goes in, gets a hammer, kills someone. There's a dead body, goes in, kills someone with a knife. Like the one decent shot in the movie. Maybe if the entire movie was filled with shots like that, I'd give credit to the direction. But that's like the only time the guy does it. The director. We're with the granddaughter's friend and her boyfriend. I don't give a fuck about these characters. And they're saying lines like, "You are so getting dry fucked tonight." Getting dry fucked? No, I'm getting dry foot. My throat is getting dry foot. Hence this. This fucking series has been dry foot to the point that the balls are drained. There's nothing left. Nothing. Not even a fucking teardrop. Let it go. But now that it's made $80 million, you don't find a shitload of sequels to this movie, and don't tell me there won't be sequels, because there's already talks of sequels. So, once again, fucking pointless. Other than money. Well, a lot of times it is. Yeah, I know that, but if I liked it, I wouldn't give a shit. But this, it's just fucking forgettable, pointless fucking movie. I'm not gonna give it praise just because it's better than Rob Zombie's pieces of shit. A literal piece of shit is better than Rob Zombie's pieces of shit. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna give a high five to my shit in the toilet. Oh right. I'm not gonna talk to it like it was fucking Elmer from Brain Damage. I'm not gonna be like, hey, you smell so much better than Rob Zombie's crap. No. This was so fucking pointless. I'm watching this, I'm going, this is all so fucking familiar, because there's, how many fucking times can you have Michael Myers killing people in Haddonfield? That's why with Jason, well, I mean, that's a different beast. Those are more popcorn, entertainment, tits and gore. Like, that's a different animal. That's why it's weird when people say, oh, they're the same franchise, Friday the 13th, Halloween. They're really not. And you know what? People pimped out the whole, oh, John Carpenter's coming back to do the music. Well, first off, I saw other names like Cody Carpenter and another guy. And the score is fucking forgettable. It's fucking generic. Yeah, you hear the Halloween theme and music from the old film. But what new shit is worth a shit? Because I can't remember a damn note that was new and worth a shit. It was generic. It's not because John Carpenter can't do it. I listened to his actual albums that he's released in the recent years. But this is just fucking generic shit. There's nothing to the music, the new music in this. And John Carpenter did it? He must be a good actor because he says he gives a shit about this. It didn't seem like it on the score. If you told me this was someone else, I'd believe it. The fact that John Carpenter had it in this store is actually kind of sad. Can someone seriously tell me this is a great or good store? Like a store worth of shit. Oh, John Carpenter. Fuck. This kind of guy who's a big John Carpenter fan. And a big fan of his stores. Hell, Village of the Damned. I like that store. Prince of Darkness. They Live. Saw Precinct 13. This is Halloween 2 from 1981. Where they changed it up a bit. Like they did with the it wasn't just piano, it was like a little bit of synthesizer, like I'll even take the low-key, moody, subtle score that you would hear like at the beginning of Halloween 4. This was nothing. Just like this movie. It's so fucking forgettable. I dare people to remember anything a month from now after seeing this movie. Just wait until the hype dies down. I would not be surprised if you find more people going, eh. I'm like, eh? So the one girl and her boyfriend who I don't give a fuck about, who want to get dry fucked tonight. That's the scene you see in the trailer where she's also babysitting and oh, you mean like the first one where PJ Souls and some, well, those two were messing around and then you had another girl who was babysitting. So They kind of combine the two. And the kid runs out, kind of like Tommy Doyle did at the end of the first one. And Owen Myers was in the closet. I don't know how the fuck he got there. He must have used the same trick as the mummy from the Monster Squad, but must have took some tips from him. But is that surprised because it was given away in the fucking trailer? So he stabs that girl. We find out that the boyfriend's dead, knife to the neck. He's kind of in the wall, like the one guy in the first film, but that was like the chest, stomach, but here it's the neck. It's an aftermath we see of that. Will Patton arrives, Laurie Strode arrives, Laurie Strode shoots Michael Myers in the shoulder. There's a new psychiatrist who's with Will Patton, and Laurie Strode's like, oh, you're the new Loomis. I'm like, bullshit. He is. Then this one guy's with the granddaughter, and he was fucking annoying, saying shit like, beautiful bodies, they get me all chubbed out. Chubbed out? Take that chub, put it in your mouth, and shut your face, Scooter. Please. And then he gets killed because he's a fucking annoying twat. So Will Patton and the psychiatrist pick up the granddaughter, while Laurie gets her daughter, and the daughter, husband, whatever, they go to Laurie Strode's place. And then this weird fucking scene happens, which I'm like, what the fuck is this? Okay, Will Patton sees Michael Myers, hits him with his car, ready to shoot him. I'm like, good. The psychiatrist, for some fucking reason, stabs Will Patton in the neck, kills him, puts Michael Myers in the vehicle with the granddaughter. And I say granddaughter, she's like 18, 20. And then the psychiatrist puts on Michael Myers' mask on. And he's saying all this fucking diatribe bullshit. I'm like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? I just put my hands up. I'm like... So critics hate Halloween 2 from 1981, and they hate this other stuff, Halloween 4. But a stupid scene like this, where a psychiatrist is like, oh, I'm just crazy. I'm just apeshit insane fucktard. So, fucking idiot. That's what fucktard means. Fucking idiot. Has fucking... And then he takes off the mask, and the granddaughter's like, oh, he talked to me. He talked to me. He did? What did he say? And Michael Myers gets up, gets his mask on, and kills the psychiatrist, rams his head into the windshield or whatever. And I like these two cops. I don't know. Literally, there's a scene with these two cops. Like, one whole scene is these two cops talking, right? About one guy having a Vietnamese version of a French baguette. And the other guy's like, you know what I have? I have a fresh brownie. And the other guy's like, that's like what a 5-year-old would make if he made a meal. That's the whole fucking scene. That's one scene in this movie. Then it cuts away to the granddaughter, and then it cuts back to the cops, and they go up, and they get killed off screen. We see their bodies later. But I'm like, why the fuck did we need a scene with cops talk about Vietnamese French baguettes? You think that one line's gonna make us care about these cops who are gonna get killed? You could have easily just had cops going, they're passing by, stop, go over, is everyone okay? Kind of way. So the granddaughter runs, and then there's this one fucking weird scene again where she trips. I guess this Laurie Strode's place has these mannequins that she uses as target practice. She's in the middle of a bunch of them, and like the camera zooms on the faces of these mannequins, and the girl screams. I'm like, is this gonna be fucking? Is this turning into Tourist Trap 2? Like, what the fuck's going on? Is this gonna become like Tourist Trap all of a sudden? Fucking killing mannequins everywhere? That'd be a hell of a twist. And then mannequins, or it'd be like the ending of Maniac with Joe Spinell, where the mannequins become people and they steer the, they kill Michael Myers and tear him apart. As the Michael Myers victims didn't be a twist. It's just a weird scene that made me go, why is this in the movie? What was the point of it? Feel free to explain. Because I don't fucking know what was the point of it. It was just stupid and dumb. Oh my! Oh, but you just saw a motherfucker kill your friend, but you don't be scared of a bunch of mannequins. Oh, mannequins! So, pretty much the last 10 minutes is Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. Michael Myers tries to choke the shit out of Laurie Strode. She shoots his hand with the gun. Going around corners with the gun in the dark. They have a tussle. She bites his hand. He throws her off the balcony. I guess kind of like a nod to the end of the first movie. He looks back, looks away, and then Laurie's gone. I'm like, so is that going to symbolize she's the new Michael Myers? But I guess that's the nod to the end of the first film. Balcony looks. He looks once she's there, and then when he looks back, she's gone. I'm like, okay. And yeah, I give credit where credit's due. They didn't kill her off. I was surprised. I will admit that. But even then, it's okay. It's like Halloween 2. She survived in that as well. Like I've said before, you've done everything you can with Michael Myers. Even the end of the film, okay, the daughter shoots Michael Myers in the head. Laurie stabs him, hits him with a frying pan, gets him down in the cellar. This whole place she built is a trap for if he ever came one day, and then burns him up. Oh, burn him. You mean like the end of Halloween 2 from 1981? Burning him? And then what the fuck's the point? Because we know it's not the end, because there's going to be sequels. Especially for a film that made $80 million. And I guarantee you, when the legal issue's done, they don't do Friday the 13th, they don't do Nightmare on Elm Street, they don't work on Hellraiser, they don't fast track a lot of these other old properties. Because, holy shit, can we have our $80 million opening weekend on a budget, what was like 10, 15 million? It's like already the highest grossing Halloween film in one weekend. Which fucking sad. To me it's sad because this movie is mediocre. It's fucking mediocre. Again, is mediocre high praise? I don't know. But that's the best way I could describe this. I mean, I guess that's the thing. Is a mediocre movie better than what I thought it would be? I guess so. I mean, I thought it'd be up there with the new Predator movie, but it just became like a mediocre piece of shit, not a horrendous piece of shit like The Predator. So I guess good job, David Gordon Green and Danny McBride. You played it very, very, very safe by trying to be very, very, very much like the original. And all these nods, all these homages. Oh, he burned up like he burned up in the end of the second film. Oh, a kid hits Michael Myers, runs into him. I think that also happened in Halloween 2. like the guy with the boom box. But this is like actual more like the first one where a little kid hits him, bumps into him, and goes away. It's just none of the new characters I gave a shit about. Do people really like the granddaughter character? Do people really like the daughter character? I mean, that's what people forget. The first two Halloween films work because of Jamie Lee Curtis and Dr. Loomis, Donald Pleasence. Those two characters. That's why I love about Halloween 2 from 1981. It's the only time those two characters really share, at the end in the hospital, scenes together. And the hospital setting made it a little bit different. Halloween 4, I like Ellie Cornell. I like Danielle Harris. H2O, I like that Laurie Strode had an arc. I like that Laurie Strode. I already explained that. I'm just repeating myself now. It's fine if you liked it. I just don't get it. I just don't get how... I guess I'm just tired of these old franchises being regurgitated and can do the minimum and succeed. And that's really what this film did, the minimum. Play it safe. Don't be like Rob Zombie's piece of shit movies. You win. I'm like, wow. Without much effort. Is the music that great? No. The new characters, they suck. The bits of humor, lame. The kills. One guy was telling me, oh my gosh, that kills. It'll make you think of Tom Savini. No, it doesn't. I mean, no disrespect to the person who told me that, but no, it doesn't. I don't know what they're talking about. One woman gets choked. The kid gets his neck broken. And the way it was framed is a little bit like the one girl in the original film when Michael Myers was in the back seat. The one kid got stabbed by the gate. It was pretty dark out, so you couldn't see much. When the one girl gets stabbed in the back, it's more like sound effects and such. So I don't know what the guy was talking about. Oh, Tom Savini, like, the death scenes didn't do anything for me. Not really. But again, nothing approaches like the shotgun death in Halloween 4, where you just shove the person with the shotgun right against the wall, impale with a shotgun. Or the rip on the neck. Nothing really, approaches that level. Or the needle in the head in Halloween 2. Mainly like choking, some stabbing, and again, maybe try and go back to the original. But that's what, you know what? You can't go back to the original. Because they've already done the original. You know what I mean? They've already done the original. Everything that Michael Myers has been through, you can't make him, in my opinion, he can't be mysterious again. And that's why it should be over. That's why a lot of these franchises should be over. You've done so much with Freddy and Jason and Michael Myers and Chucky. Create your own new ones. Now, granted, some of them will fail. And some of them will suck ass. But you know what? You get stuff like these. I enjoy these. 2009, 2012. I enjoyed these. I enjoyed Tucker and Dale vs. Evil, Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon. But I mean, name recognition goes a long way. And I know that, but as a viewer, should I really put on a fucking box office statistic cap and a business cap? No. When you're a viewer, you just want to watch a movie and enjoy it. I mean, this is what, technically the 11th Halloween film. And what did it really do? Feel the mask, killed a kid. Laurie Strode's the Basset Case, crazy cat lady from The Simpsons. Granddaughter I didn't give a shit about. The daughter character I didn't give a shit about. Lame kills. Generic score. And like I said, it's Halloween's greatest hits. That's really what it is. All shit that I've seen before. Or stupid shit like the psychiatrist being a fucking insano dipshit out of the blue. I'm like, okay. And that was really fucking lame for Will Patton's character to go out, because I was starting to like him, because I like Will Patton. And then he doesn't even get killed by Michael Myers. He gets killed by this dipshit fucking asshole psychiatrist. I guess that was supposed to be like but it was a twist that was stupid. It didn't make any fucking sense. And then stupid lines of dialogue. Laurie Strode didn't feel like she had much to fucking do until a little bit at the end. I don't get the praise. I don't get the passes from gets, but to each their own. I just don't get it. I repeat myself. I guess I'm just getting too old for this shit. I guess that's what it is. I don't know. I don't know, man. Man, I'm just done with Michael Myers. Man, I'm just done with the whole thing. You can't do anything more. And to me, this movie proves it. This movie legitimately proved that you cannot do anything more with Michael Myers. But they're going to do a shitload more sequels. At least 2 more sequels, I would say. Who knows, maybe 1. At least 1 more sequel. I don't know, it's like, I don't want to say this because it sounds harsh, and I don't mean it to sound harsh, I really don't. But it's almost as if people are starved for horror films with some kind of name or some kind of thing, and I'm like, there's a lot of good horror films in the past that no one recognizes. I'm looking at The Nest from 1988. So many other films that could have been hits, like the Blob remake from 1988, or April Fool's Day from 1986. Much more likable characters, much more memorable score, much more interesting story, in my opinion. Like this movie kissed the shit out of a new Halloween film, and it got nothing but shit by critics and shit by box office. Doesn't even have a fucking Blu-ray. But this film gets a pass. These films got massacred by critics, even though you have a good lead with Arkin, played by Josh Stewart. Better score, especially the second film with Charlie Clouser. Piece of music called Out of the Fire. Listen to that piece of music, Out of the Fire, from the collection, then listen to any generic piece of shit score in this. Why do I keep bringing up movies? Because I keep bringing up what I think are better movies. That's what happens when you watch a boring... And I think that's the best way I could end this. At the end of the day, it was a boring fucking movie. It was boring. I was so bored watching this movie because it was so mediocre. It wasn't even like, oh my god, this is so awful. It's getting me so enraged that my adrenaline is flowing through my veins as if I'm Hulkamaniac with the pythons. It literally was like, shit. You know, I think someone else said it best. It is kind of like if The Force Awakens, but, you know, fan service shit. Granted, I didn't copy as much as The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens got a pass and praise, so why am I surprised? Why am I surprised? To each their own if you like the film, but to me, people are like, what else did you want in a Halloween film, man? Nothing. I don't want anything more. That's my point. My point is you cannot do anything more. This film fucking proves it. Jamie Lee Curtis, if she's still alive, Halloween 2 from 1981. If she died, it would have been like Resurrection. If she's still alive, it'd be like H2O. Oh, it's decades later and he comes back and fights Laurie Strode. Oh, like H2O. Or he was in an asylum, just like he was in the first film. He escapes, or like he escaped in the first film. Or he escapes from a vehicle, well, instead of an ambulance, it's a bus in Halloween 4. And Halloween 4 was going to be a bus, but then it changed to an ambulance. Here it was a bus. Only it doesn't have the fun stuff like the eyeball through the head. The thumb through the forehead. Like in Halloween 4. Like, that's the thing, like, even if you're going just for gore, like, Halloween 4 has better gore. Thumbs through foreheads, ripped open necks, shotgun through people. That film has better death scenes than this. If you're going in for death scenes, just try and be in the style of the original. Okay, fine. But in my opinion, it failed. Regurgitated bullshit. But that's Halloween 2018. You know, someone's like, I think there was a review on YouTube, like, they perfected the formula. I'm like, really? They just copied it and pasted it. So if you copy and paste the formula, then you fucking perfect it? Fuck, it's easier to make movies than I thought. I guess. Shit. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.